Okay, let's talk about the electronic ignition. Actually, this is a standing pilot. We're going to talk about delayed ignition. This is an EPS machine. It's a belt drive unit, and it's got a gas-fired burner. It has a propane tank. The propane tank is just on the other side of that wall. It has a single-stage regulator, which means that the regulator is just outside that wall. Lowers the pressure from tank pressure. It lowers it all the way down to your ready-to-use 9 to 11 inches of water column for propane. This was a little bit low. It was at 7. I cranked it up. The problem with this unit was that it had some delayed ignition issues, so we're here to troubleshoot some delayed ignition. So our technician has already done some work on this, and it's going to come down here and we're going to look at what we got going on underneath here. You've got your burner ring underneath there, and you got your pilot assembly. Then we have a standard gas valve here that's a 24-volt gas valve with a standing pilot ignition, which means that you've got your thermocoupler right here, and then you got your pilot tubing right here. Then you've got your knob right here to turn it to the pilot position and ignite the pilot. So some preliminary repairs have been done. Very nice job. The aluminum has been repaired. The aluminum pilot tubing line with new ends have been put on where it enters the gas valve, also where it enters up right at the pilot. And everything's been cleaned up. The burner ring's been removed. The orifices have been cleaned. One thing that we noticed about this right here was that when we look at the position of the pilot, one thing we want to talk about is where that pilot flame is in relation to the burner ring. And so I went ahead and I shut the pilot light out, but you can kind of see the shroud where that pilot is at, as opposed to where the orifices are at. See, the pilot assembly is actually, the pilot flame is actually below the ring, the burner ring. The pilot flame really should be up higher to the actual pilot orifices. And this has an adjustment on it, where on the side you can see the mounting screw. So let me see if I can do this with just the limited hands I've got here. Bear with me while I get this all set up. Okay, let me see if I can balance that right there so we can see. What we're going to do is we're going to point to the screw and the mounting hole that it's in the bracket. What we're going to do is we're going to remove the pilot assembly, and we're actually going to put that screw in this bottom hole right here. And in effect, what that's going to do is it's going to move the whole pilot assembly up a good ½ inch. And what that'll do is it'll actually raise the actual pilot flame up higher into the burner ring so that it's closer to the burner spuds, burner orifices. Let's see here. I got a lot of things blocking my view right here, but I think you can probably get the idea of the difference. You can see how much higher that burner orifice is compared to where the pilot flame is at. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and raise that pilot assembly up a little higher, get it closer to the gas. Whenever the gas valve opens and the gas goes up into the burner ring, let's see here, turn that guy around, there we go, maybe that's a little better. And we'll get that pilot up there closer to the burner, to the orifices. There is the orifice. You can kind of get an idea that when the gas gets turned on, the gas is way up there at the burner orifice, but the pilot flame is way down here. So it'll take a minute for that gas to come back actually down into the pilot for ignition. So we'll probably speed up our ignition process by raising that pilot up. If you have any questions, talk to your supervisor or contact us on www.aefresno.com.